Hey guys, well here we got a new car. I've actually been racing this thing off and on throughout the season, and now I'm finally getting a chance to get a video of it. Kind of wanted to work out the kinks and stuff, and I'm still in that process, but this is our new compact figure 8 car. It started out as a 91 Pontiac Sunbird. It's got the 3100 V6 in it, so it's pretty peppy, and as you'll be able to tell, it's got a lot of steel added to it. I bought it already built. We've done some tweaks and modifications since then, but for the most part it was already built when we bought it. The previous owner had raced it and won a number of times with it, so we know it's a good competitive car. Throughout the season we've done okay, but been having issues with breaking the main drive axle, and actually just raced this thing out at the Benefit Derby in Troy, Ohio, and we broke an axle again, but we were able to secure a second place finish, so that was still okay. But yeah, let's do a quick walk around. As you can tell, it's got a very stout bumper on it. It is, I believe it's 4x4 steel, and then also has a brush guard kind of piece built into it. So as I said, it's tubing, so it's 2x2 tubing. This is actually 2 layers thick. You can kind of see the seams right here and right here. It also goes across. It's got a full box right here, meshed across to protect the radiator, and this all is tied into it as well, and then all hard-nosed right to the frame. And so that's kind of the same story all the way along here. And then on top of that is 1/8" steel. So it's very solid. I mean, basically I've been hit with this thing, and they just put a little bit of dents in it and scratch the paint, and that's about it. So I have to keep touching up the paint. We did throw some of our logos and a little bit of paint on it. It was just meant to get us through, but hopefully this winter here will actually give this thing a new paint job, a little more of an all for him racing theme. Man, tons of mud. It was a mud fest last night, but yeah, I mean, this is all box tubing. I don't know if I can really get a good shots of it, but there's even cross bracing up in here. I'll get another shot from the inside. So this is just looking in. It's very bare bones, but kind of built to be a race car. So it's just got a steel sheeting dash, just a switch for the fan. It does have a full roll bar, as well as then the bars going back. So in the event that it was to roll over, it would be protective. Solid bucket seat with a 4-point harness, and then it's automatic, so that's cool. It's got the e-brake. We've bypassed it, or it's bypassed, so that way there's no spring or locking mechanism on it. It just, you pull it back and then you let it go and it disengages. And what's kind of neat, you'll see it again on the other side, is the exhaust is actually run up straight from down below and then run out the side. It's got this heat shield here, but it's just run as a straight pipe right out the side, so just like you would a dirt track car. So it gives it a nice interesting tone to it. It makes it sound a little hardy. So yeah, you can see the box, the tubing right here that runs across, and then as well this tubing comes up around the fenders. I mean, this thing is built stout, and then it's also then solid in the back. So you basically cut the whole back end right off, built this whole frame on it, and then put sheeting over top of it. So it's really convenient, because then fork trucks and stuff that at the race will be pushing us off the track if we need to, they can just push right against this and who cares. Same story on this side. There's is the exhaust pipe. Here's where it comes out. It's got a pretty decent outlet to it, so it gives it a cool sound. And then if you kind of see over there in the driver's door, you can see how it's got the square tubing with the boxing to it. Well, that's going on both sides. And so it's, you can kind of tap around and feel it. It's very stoutly built. So not too worried about it, anything breaking. For the gas tank, it does have just a boat tank with a pump in line to it. Actually, I think it might be just in the top. So nothing fancy there. It's built kind of a fair bit like a derby car. Underneath the hood, just basically it's a stock 3100. We put new plugs in it and cleaned off some of the sensors and stuff so it runs strong, and that's about it. We threw on a couple weeks ago that hood scoop. I had it just sitting in the garage from an old hot rod and thought, well, why not? I got nothing else to use it for, so I threw it on there just for some fun. And customized it again a little bit for all for him racing. And it has been a pretty good runner. It's a competitive car, and if we can just get the thing to hold together, then we'll be in better shape. So I'll try to get a quick video of what actually broke. So we've got the CV shaft down here, and the thing is just, it's broke. It's disconnected right here. It's snapped off in that housing. So somehow the boots are still attached. Must be just spinning on the shaft itself, but you can see the boot is actually moving out, and but thankfully it hasn't come apart, so it's not making a huge mess and blowing a bunch of fluid, but it's moving way too much, so it's clear that it broke. It's just one of those cases where I was racing with it and then it over revved and I just knew that's what happened to it. But anyway, finally getting a video for you guys. Some of you have been seeing our videos of us racing it, and I just haven't had a chance to snag a video. So it's a nice sunny fall day today, and we just got done racing it, so thought I'd get a quick video for you guys. So there you are. That is our compact figure 8 race car that we got. So what's in store for this thing? Well, for the winter, we'll probably just tear it apart here in a little bit, put the new axle in underneath of it, so that way at least I can move it around again, and then figure out what to do over the winter as far as the axles. Not entirely sure what's going on with that. I originally discovered that the sway bar mount was broken, so we fixed that before this race. We also put in some spacers on the coils, raised the height of it up about 1.5 inches. That definitely helped. I could feel it, that it was handling better. And I wasn't getting quite as much body roll, but I was still getting a fair bit of body roll because there's just a lot of weight added from all that steel and still relatively stock suspension components. And so I think what I really just need to do is make a more stout strut that is not going to allow this thing to flex near as much. And then once that is fixed, then hopefully I won't be overextending the axles, because if you envision a multiple joint, what's happening is when I hit a big bump, the body comes down, the axle will then do this, which then that just makes for tighter bends on your CV axle and puts a lot of stress on it, and you keep doing that over and over again, and well, eventually you just break the cage from that bearing. And that's exactly what happened a couple weeks ago, and that's what just happened again last night. But anyways, there you guys go. A video on our compact figure 8 car. Many exciting things in store for it next year, so stay tuned for further updates. Till the next video, we'll talk to you later, guys.